It's not very often you become the owner of your bucket list planner or organiser, but just recently I've had the opportunity to become the proud owner of this Filofax Malden in personal size in the colour Ochre. It's from Pen Heaven, and I'll put their details in the description bar, and I've had it embossed with my initials, and this is blind embossing rather than coloured. I think they do silver and gold, but I requested blind embossing because I just think it looks a little bit more classy, and this Filofax is going to be the one that sees me through till God knows when. But I just thought it was a great opportunity for you to have a look at how I'm setting it up. I have just switched over back from a bullet journal in various formats and traveller's notebooks. I'm having real trouble setting up this year into a system that I really enjoy. And I know we're in the 9th month, but I'm giving this a go in various formats before the end of the year. So let's dive straight in. I mean, as you can see, it's this beautiful tan colour, and it's very soft buttery leather. It does have a slight rough feel to the leather. It's not a smooth leather, but it is one that is going to patina beautifully, and as you can see, it's got the official Filofax logo on the side there, and it's got the very well attached clasp to there, and as you can see, it's already getting slightly stuffed, but there are reasons for that. So anyway, we'll dive straight in. Clasp has got the Filofax name on the button there, and the really good thing about the Malden is that because it's quite soft leather, it does actually more or less fold flat straight away. It is going to take some training, but it's not really going to fold back on itself. Now, as you can see, I've not really got much in the pockets here already. There is a zip part here, again, nothing in that at the moment, but I'm sure as I use this day to day, it will become stuffed with little bits and pieces in there. One thing I am using as per normal is just a little plastic folder with some post-it notes and some stickies in there, which will always come in handy just when I want to write myself a little bit of a note. So those will just sit in this long flap here. Straight into the Filofax itself. This is just a card that I've had for a while. It came in a subscription box and I can't remember which one, but I just like it because it's a Vogue one. It's got Fashion 89 on it. 80s are a big thing that I'm into because it was my growing up era, and I just like the picture on there. So that's not a dashboard as such, but it's like a protector for the front of the Filofax. Then we've got just this regular Filofax post-it note insertion that I always have. I've got a little bit of a note on there about a puzzle that I was trying to work out that I'd heard on Radio 2. If anyone's heard about the 1000 lockers puzzle, I was trying to work it out. So we'll stick that to the side there. So that's just your regular post-it notes and page flags, which always come in useful. Next, we start into the Filofax. I've just got some magnetic page markers here. One that says keep calm and drink wine, and then just a couple here that have been in my traveller's notebooks. I always just have a couple to hand because just in case I want to mark a page up, they're just there. They're handy. And I've got thousands of these in different styles all over the place. So I just like to keep well, I've got 3 in there at the moment, so 2 or 3 handy. And the first thing we go into straight away is my bullet journal for the Filofax. Now this paper here is part of a pack that Acad-pad sent to me a while back. I'm just using some of their paper because I've got an academic diary from them that fits perfectly into this, and this squared paper as well, which I have reviewed previously, mentioned it on the blog. So it just fit perfectly in from now until, well, from August until the end of the year. So as you can see, just for the bullet journal process, I have written out a calendar month. I've just got some dates in there about things that I needed to do, and this is sort of, if you will, my monthly spread. Just a first page that I've got reminders, and then next I went into August and I have all my list of to-dos. Now with the bullet journal, I don't think there's anything on here that you shouldn't be reading, but with my bullet journaling, I don't do it by days. I just do it as a continuous to-do list, and then I can always go back and cross things off or move things around or see what I've still got left to do. And that continued right the way through for the rest of August. And as you can see, there's a couple of things that haven't been done yet. So, oops, sorry. There's a couple of things that haven't been done yet. So I do have to go back and finish those off now that we're into the new month. Then we've got the month of September, which I've just drawn out. I'm filming this on the 3rd of September. So as you can see, I've not really put anything in here about things to do in September. It's going to be a fairly quiet month, I think. And then I've got a today marker in the rest of the pages for September. So I imagine I'll just be using another couple of pages there, but I've got a continuing whole section of square paper here for the rest of the year. And that's how I plan to bullet journal for the time being, although I'll come back to that in a minute because I'm not too sure if this is going to work or not. So in the second section, I have got my actual daily calendar. So like I mentioned, this is the Dodo pad. It's the acad-pad they call it, but it runs on an academic year, but it was just perfect to slot into this setup of the Filofax. So we've just got a couple of notes there. We've got through to August, and then this is the week that we're on at the moment. I have got another page marker in because we're on this week, and this is just an old dashboard that I created from one of my old Filofaxes. I just put some washi tape on it, and this is just really handy for sticking post-it notes on for reminders and things like that. And then as you can see, the Dodo pad always has the squares and it has spaces to write here, and that's why I love it so much. It's just not filled in because I've just literally started using it, but I'm sure as the months go on this will be filled up more and more. So as you can see, I've not really done much in here yet. So that takes me through to the end of the year. So the last page is the December and then the 1st of January. Section number 3 is my personal section. Picture of mum there. Now, I'll not flick through all of this, but I've got a personal picture in there. I've got my bullet journal key, which is always good for me to refer back to. I've changed a couple of things up in here recently, so I probably do need to rewrite this, but it's very, very much the same as normal. Then I've got things like payments that need to be done, dates that I need to be reminded about, passwords for computers, bits and pieces, reminders of when my domain names are due to be renewed. And then I go into a section where all this here now is sort of like permanent information that I know I will need to refer back to on a number of occasions in the not too distant future. So that is always in this section, so I know exactly where I can get to it. Now I've just started a list of books to read because I'm doing my month's free trial on Kindle Unlimited, so I thought I'll just start a list of books to read or authors to read. So that's the start of that. So if anybody's got any recommendations, please let me know. Then I'm in the committee for our Couch to 5K community running group. So this is just a little bit of a brain dump, if you will. So just some things I had to do on the website and on the social media, and then any other business stuff that needs bringing up at the next meeting. Then, as ever, I've always got a list of the perfect shopping list for Slimming World. So that's just 2 pages there. So if I'm ever doing a food shop, either online or in the shop, I've just got a list of great things to buy that are going to help us with our diet. Then I've got a crochet pattern that I'm working on at the moment. So that's just the whole pattern there, and I don't need to I know exactly where it is if I need to refer back to it. Then I've got some quotes that I absolutely love. These always go in a diary or in my bullet journal. There is one that I haven't written out yet, which is about climbing a mountain, not to plant your flag, but to enjoy the view. And that's the one that I'm going to have to put at the front of my diary, because it's the one that always reminds me that it doesn't matter if you plateau, you still, you can carry on, you can take a breather, you can continue to climb whenever you're ready. So these are just my quotes that I love. So I've got quotes from the lyrics from a song, It Must Be Loved by Madness. Then I've got one about exercise. Then I've got a quote from a film, Rain Man. I've got some more lyrics from Chasing Cars, Snow Patrol. More lyrics from Hotel California by the Eagles. Then Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles, and then an old African proverb there as well. Then I am starting a London bucket list. No idea when I'll get back to London, but there are a couple of things that I want to do, I want to see, I want to experience. So if I ever get the opportunity, this is my starting point for things to do. And then it's got a list of sales techniques there for work. And then section 4. Now this stems from an idea I saw two blogging friends called Becky and Erica. I think they devised this when they were a little bit merry one night, I think, somewhere. But it's an absolutely genius idea. And I'll link their blogs and everything below. But it's a really, really fantastic way to look at who you are, what you're doing now, and where you're going in the future. I think they called it their personal life plan or something like that. So there are 10 sections to this, and they are health, fitness, money, personal style, relationships, friendships, work, quality time, aspirations, and self. So the idea is you write a list of goals for each section, and as you can see, some of them I haven't got filled in yet or anything like that, but it's a great way to do it in the Filofax on these to-do lists, is because you can write your goal down, you can keep referring back to it, you can add it, you can change it, you can amend it, you can do all sorts of different things, and you can tick them off when you've achieved them. So you can see there I've got personal style. I want to have a haircut that I actually really like, and I'm just in two minds whether to grow my hair. I've had short hair most of my life, so I'm now at that stage where should I grow it, should I not grow it? I need to have a look at the makeup that I use, maybe change my makeup style. I wanted to own a Fossil handbag and a specific style, and I wanted to own a Filofax Malden. So I've actually got 2 ticked off on that list now, so that's really good. Anyway, so that is a work in progress, but that's something I'm definitely going to come back to and make sure that I you know, just like can keep filling in, and it's not something that needs to be done to a time scale, it's something that can be done over a longer period of time. Then section 5 is my phone numbers that I always need to refer to. So that's families' addresses, personal phone numbers, bits and pieces like Christmas card lists and everything like that. So I'll flip through that one. And section 6 is just all the blank pages that I might need for something to slot into the Filofax. So I've always got something to scribble on. And just last but not least, I always keep a dashboard in the back of the Filofax. Now this is Mrs. Brimble's one from Anna Brim. I think it's in one of her subscription boxes one month, possibly towards this time last year maybe actually. And I just think it's a really nice, it might have even been earlier this year. I just think it's a really nice one that I thought the colours matched the Filofax perfectly, but it stops the edges of these pages, the inside edges of these pages getting bent against this part of the Filofax. So it's just acting as a bit of a protector, really. Then in the back I've got just a couple of things in this pocket. I've got a CV. I always keep a CV with me, just in case. You never know when that opportunity may arise, but that needs updating. You may have seen on one of my to-do lists on my bullet journal that I need to update my CV. So loads of things have happened since I last did it, and that is my glasses and contact lens prescription there. And then I've got in the back a Word notebook. I've got thousands of these, so this is just a little bit of a brain dump thing. So I'm doing blog ideas in here. I've got a list of how to monetize my blog or my YouTube channel, just ideas that I don't want to use up nice Filofax paper with. So this is always just like a little bit of, you see, it's at the start of the book. So that is just like a scribble pad, which I'm going to keep in the back of there. And last but not least, this is the other review item that I'm working on from Pen Heaven. So they've sent me this Cross 3 Plus Tech, or Cross Tech 3 Plus. Anyway, basically it is The cross pen is 3-in-1, so it's 2 biros and a mechanical pencil. So you've got black biro, you've got a red biro, and you've got a mechanical pencil there. And I just thought this was a great thing to keep in my Filofax. They've personalised this for me, which you can have on loads of their items on the website. So it's got my initials there, so nobody can steal it. But the really good thing about this is, in the top here, you can unscrew it. It's got an eraser there for your mechanical pencil. That's where you put your mechanical pencil leads. But this little rubbery thing on top acts as a stylus for your phone. So if you wanted to draw on your Instagram or your Snapchat stories, this works perfectly as one of those styluses. So I really like that. That's really handy, and it actually fits in perfectly into the pen loop on the Malden. So that was just a little long, overview of my Filofax Malden. Just slide that back in there so I remember to put it in later. I hope you enjoyed it. I do not know whether I'm going to stick with this setup or not. I do have a video where I talked about how I incorporated my bullet journal into my Filofax, and that may work for me better in the new year. I don't know yet, but I will decide about that as I work through this. And the other thing I've seen as well is the 43 folders set up, and I saw it on a video from Miss Trenchcoat, which I'll link down below. And it's a very similar thing to the bullet journal, but it's about having different dividers, these types of dividers for the months and the days. It might be a bit bulky, need to have a look into it, but it's very similar to my own bullet journal in a Filofax method. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, we'll come back to that. But I hope you enjoyed this. That was just the overview of my brand new Filofax Malden setup. Let me know if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Love to hear your comments, and let me know if you've got any ideas to help me set this up a little bit more. What should I be including? What have I forgotten? It's been that long since I've used a Filofax, because I did fall out of love with it for a while, but I actually think now it's one of those things that, because of I can slide the pages in and out, and I can have a few little permanent bits and pieces in there as well. I think it's something that I am destined to return to. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.